Hello and welcome back to Lumin Weekly. This is the second episode, and firstly I was just going to say thank you very much for the response and all the replies, all the questions. I don't know, the general excitement around the first episode was really good, and I'm really glad with the response. I'm just happy that you guys are enjoying it, and I think it's going to be a good thing to do weekly. It's really interesting. I mean, I loved seeing all the different guesses for the game, and the questions, I gotta say, they're right there. They're pretty interesting. So again, if you didn't know how this works, I'm just going to answer some questions now because you gave me quite a few interesting questions last week, and at the end I'll just tell you about next week's questions, and then we'll head on over to the challenge for this week, the little quiz competition thing. So let's just dive straight into the questions. Firstly, I've got a question from 1108 Chuck, or just Chuck as we like to call him. What is the first video game you remember playing, and what would you say is your favorite video game of all time? So the first video game I remember playing, I don't really remember the specific game, but we used to have TV games. That's what they're called, TV games, okay? It was like an old Sega kind of console-y ish thing that used those big square cartridges, and you used to have to really like shove them in there. And on that, I think I remember playing things like Contra, Mario, I think there was Excite Bike, there was this funny ninja game too. I don't know, a bunch of little like really old games, and Tetris was on there, Arkanoid, I don't know if you guys know that, you must know Arkanoid. All those games, like those really old TV games, and then after that we sort of upgraded to, we got a proper Sega thing which had Sonic and a few like the funny car games and stuff, but I don't remember them really well. As for PC games, the first PC games we got this one CD with our first 386 that we bought, or maybe it was a 486, but a really old PC, and we got one little CD with a collection of games on there. And the first games I remember playing off there was probably stuff like Ultima 7, Ultima Underworld was on there, the Savage Empire, a lot of good RPGs, and that really got me into the RPG kind of thing, and into gaming in general, because those were just like really amazing. But yeah, I don't really remember the first actual game I played. It just sort of started happening. But yeah, like TV games, really old console games. I don't know if you guys have a different name for it or if you know what they're called, but that's what it was. And my favorite game of all time, that's a really difficult question. I don't think I have one. There are some games that are really amazing that I've been playing for many years that could be candidates for that. Quake 3. Okay, I play a lot of Quake 3. I still have it on my PC right now. It doesn't matter how many times I format, how many new PCs I get, Quake 3 has to be there. That's really amazing. The Ultima series in general, I really enjoyed Ultima 7, 8 and 9. I know 9 was a bit of a shaky one, but I enjoyed those a lot. They were really cool. The Final Fantasy games, really amazing. Final Fantasy 7 was stellar, epic, amazing. Okay. Otherwise, I actually really enjoyed Beyond Good and Evil. I mentioned that in the vlog that should be up by now, but Beyond Good and Evil was just, the game itself was just really good. There were other games, okay, I'm not remembering them all here. Things like Diablo, okay, Diablo 1. That was a game that I spent too many hours playing. It drained away so much of my life, but it was really worth it. That game was amazing. Diablo 2 I played quite a bit, but not as much as Diablo 1, because when Diablo 1 came out, that was just, I don't know, that was what I was playing at the time. Okay, so, oh my goodness. My camera is going to be full in 4 minutes, so let's see if I can fit the rest in. Mr. Blonde asked, what games got you into gaming initially? And that's pretty much the same stuff that I just answered. I played a lot of really good RPGs when I was younger, and I think that really helped sort of broaden my perspective on things, because those games were so open-ended. You didn't really need to just follow a set story. You didn't need to do anything like that. I was specifically talking about Ultima, the Ultima series, and Savage Empire was really amazing like that as well. That kind of thing got me into gaming. That sort of got me hooked. Even my sister, who isn't really a gamer now, she really enjoyed that as well. It was just a lot of fun back in the day, and I actually revisit those games all the time. I love playing those games. I've got Ultima 7 on my PC right now, and it's a lot of fun. Okay, so basically the same stuff. Quake, I picked up Quake and then I was sort of addicted to that. I played so much Quake. That sort of got me into first-person shooters as well. A lot of fun. And I don't know, if it wasn't maybe not games that got me into gaming initially. It was just I had a bunch of friends as well when I was younger. Well, mostly when I was really young, it was just me and my sister, and we played a lot of video games on the TV and stuff, and the PC games. Then when I got a bit older, I went to internet cafes to LAN, to like what would we call it? Yeah, internet cafes basically, and I played games there, and that was really fun too. Before I got proper PC of my own. And then next up, okay, do you like first-person shooters? This is from Aggie93. The previous one was from Mr. Blonde, I think I said that, but from Aggie93, I love first-person shooters, but I feel I don't really enjoy the army-style first-person shooters. I think games like COD, Call of Duty, Battlefield, the whole modern, like now-time first-person shooter thing, I don't enjoy it very much. I like futuristic stuff. I obviously love games like Quake, as I said. I like games that are fun. First-person shooter has to be absolutely like 100% enjoyable, else it's just not worth it. I do like first-person shooters. I'm addicted to Quake. I still play it to this day. It's an amazing game. I play Quake Live, but I do prefer Quake 3 Arena. It just feels a lot better to me. So yeah, I love first-person shooters. I played some Counter-Strike as well, but that game really, I don't know, it's not as enjoyable to me. I'm pretty decent at it, but I don't like it that much. How excited are you for BlizzCon? Heard you thought the WoW news is boring. Do you hope there'll be some more interesting WoW stuff to talk about there? This is from the Gryos. And I'm really excited for BlizzCon. I mean, who wouldn't be? I would absolutely give anything to be able to go to BlizzCon, but I don't think that's going to happen. It'll take like, what, 36 hours to fly there for us, and that'll just cost thousands and thousands of rand, so I just don't see myself getting there. But we will watch it probably live with a virtual ticket, and that'll be a lot of fun. We did last year, really cool. Other than that, I mean, I'm really excited. There's a lot of stuff that's going to come out. I'm sure we're going to get a ton of good Diablo stuff there, news, interview, like just general good information. I'm quite like certain we're going to see something about their new unannounced MMO there. But as for the WoW stuff that your question's actually about, I think it's going to be quite devoid of WoW this year. Like, there's going to be some WoW, they might even like hint at the next WoW expansion, but they're not going to give us a lot of it. They're not going to give us like a huge amount. We're going to see some StarCraft, Heart of the Swarm stuff, I think, a lot of Diablo stuff, a lot of the new MMO stuff. Who knows? I might be wrong, we might see a lot of WoW stuff, but I do think that the WoW news itself will pick up a lot when patch 3.1 hits the live servers, and when patch 4.1, sorry, and when patch 4.2 hits, then it's going to be even better, because Firelands will be there, the new dailies, all that stuff. I do think the WoW news will pick up, but right now it's stagnating a bit, and with all the other big MMOs coming out, Rift, like Star Wars, the Old Republic is picking up a lot of like hype, same for Guild Wars 2. I just think that WoW is a little bit boring at the moment. Not that I don't love the game, it's just a bit old at the moment. People are checking other stuff out, but they will come back to WoW eventually. I think everyone always goes. So the battery died. Anyway, the next question from the Gryos. Also, StarCraft or Diablo? That's a really tough question. I mean, you shouldn't ask people, Blizzard fans, stuff like that. But I would have to say I don't know, I'm always more excited for Diablo stuff, and when I'm actually playing it, I feel I enjoy it more. But, I mean, the StarCraft universe, the story, the immersion factor is definitely there, and competitively, I mean, StarCraft's a beautiful game to watch. StarCraft 2 is amazing, and you can't dispute what StarCraft 1 has done. But I would have to say of those two, it's actually pretty simple for me. I would probably say Diablo. I'm a lot more excited for Diablo 3 than I was for StarCraft 2. Not that I wasn't excited, I mean, who couldn't be? StarCraft 2 was amazing as well. There's a fly here. But yeah, I'd have to say Diablo on that, and with Diablo 3 coming out soon, don't even get me started. Okay, so definitely Diablo. Blade X2056. What do you do for a living? That's a very interesting question. I actually, at the end of close to the end of last year, I stopped pretty much everything. I did a lot of web design. I used to do some web design, not a lot, but I studied web design, I studied networking, I started on a Cisco course which didn't work out because I just didn't enjoy it at all. And I did a lot of like random stuff, and right now I'm pretty much exclusively doing video stuff. We recently started working on a kiddies book, a children's book, My girlfriend does the illustration for it, and I'm doing the writing work for it. I'm working on my own book for adults as well. It's a lot of work once again, but it's not... I haven't been working on it much in the last month or two, but that's one of the projects that I'm working on a lot, so I'm doing that. And I'm pretty much full-time doing the video making, the news, the website, my channel, all that stuff. I switched to doing it full-time. I'm not making very much money, that's for sure. I'm not hardly making any money, but I do hope to be able to get to a point soon where I can sort of just make enough to get by and make enough to just make a living off it, basically. And so I've got enough saved up to be able to do this for a while, and I hope sort of I get somewhere with it. So that's what I'm doing for a living. I'm actually doing this full time now. But with the internet here, I suppose it might not be the best choice. We've got really terrible internet, but that's about it. So Fergus JAF, quick question: how and where did you and your girlfriend meet? A girl who loves to game, there must be a story behind that. So we first met at a LAN. We didn't really meet very much. We met each other very briefly there. And if you don't know what a LAN is, that's where all the nerds go with their PCs and set them up and play network games. That was all the rage, especially in South Africa, where the internet is too slow, or was at least too slow, to really play online and enjoy it that much. So we used to go to LANs a lot, because if you want to play stuff, you want to leech games, movies, whatever, illegal stuff, yes, I didn't actually say that, but that's where you do it. Okay, so LANs. We met at a LAN, and then after that we started chatting online, MIRC, stuff like that, and from there, I guess I went to meet her the one day, and then I suppose it was just over from there. Okay, we started seeing a lot more of each other, and we started dating, and that was it. There's probably a lot more that I can say about it, but I don't think I should, because she's standing over there watching me, and I don't think I should. But basically we met at a LAN, we started chatting online a lot, so we actually had seen each other before. It wasn't one of those first time meeting, one of those anxiety attack, first time meeting your online crush kind of things. We actually had met before. Anyway, but yeah, so that's how it happened, and it was interesting. It was really a new way of meeting a girlfriend, very entertaining, and it definitely worked out. I think we've been together for, like, we're probably hitting on 5 years now. I don't even know. It might be 4 years. I can't remember. She doesn't know either. 4 or 5 years. Anyway, a long time. And that's pretty much all for the questions. You didn't send that many, but I suppose I've managed to fill up an entire video with it. But okay, so that's the questions and answers, and for next week I'm just going to say leave general questions again, anything you'd like to ask. I don't care. About my life, about South Africa, about gaming, about politics, I don't care. I'll try to answer them to the best of my abilities, and I hope you guys will get some satisfaction from it. So we're gonna head on over to the competition now, because it's, well, the giveaway now, the challenge now, because it's going to be really interesting. I can't wait to show you the next game, and I can't wait to show you what the screenshot looks like that you had from last week. A lot of you nearly guessed it right, a lot of you were on the right track, but only one of you got it right. Well, 2 of you got it right, I think, but that's about it. So let's head on over to that and check it out. Here we go, time to reveal the winner of last week's challenge and present you, the brave and fearless detectives, with a fresh new clue. So last week's image was a pretty difficult one, but a few of you managed to get close, and then Genarko was the first one to get the full name in the comment section. So what was the game? Ultima 7, The Black Gate. It was in fact from the very start of the game. You'll encounter this scene after about 1 minute of playing. So I might not have been totally clear about this kind of thing, and I do apologize if that is the case, but I'd like the full name of the game, and if it is an expansion of said game, give that name. But anyway, I've delivered the sticker pack to said lucky commenter, and, well, I'm itching to give you your next challenge. Let's check it out.
Ah, what a tease. Yes, that is all you're getting, and I fear it may well be too much. If you know the answer, leave a comment telling me what the game is. As I said, this will always be uploaded sometime on Sunday, so everyone will know when to expect it, and everyone will have a fair chance. This week the prize is once again one of those cool StarCraft 2 sticker packs. So that's that. Remember to leave your comments for next week's Q&A in the comment section too. As I mentioned, ask away about absolutely anything. Once again, congratulations to Genarko, and I hope you guys have all had a great weekend. Most importantly though, happy detectivizing.